So anyway, that brings me to third chakra beings. Third chakra is about action, taking action. So sometimes like exercise or physical activity that's more physical in nature, like plumbing, electrical work, you know, going for walks, hiking, exercise. So I always say, kind of as a joke, but it's true, like if you get a plumber or a roofer, you don't want to get like an early third chakra being, because they'll start the project and then just not finish it. You want to get a late third chakra being, because they're really good at third chakra, taking action and doing things exactly the way they said they would do it. So they have really good follow through and they're very reliable. So again, that would be late third chakra, not early third chakra. Early or early mid third chakra, you know, roofers, they'll start the project and then disappear, or get into some drama about payment and not finish, or, you know, whatever. Sometimes people in this range too, you know, they'll have affairs quite a bit, you know, because they just can't pick one thing and stick with it. Or maybe if they are post-compassion, so they have the ability to be compassionate. So maybe if in that particular lifetime they're using their compassion, maybe then they don't cheat, but maybe, you know, they switch jobs a lot. And again, it's, if you're at this level, you're learning. It's not a bad thing that you, I mean, of course the affair part, that's a lack of compassion, but if you're just switching jobs, you know, like a job every other year or something, it could be just a part of your learning. So other people that aren't that spiritual age might judge you and think, well, you know, you just can't make a commitment, but it could be that by starting something and stopping and starting something else, that you're learning what you need to learn. So anyway, and then, a lot of athletes, like really experienced athletes, are late third chakra beings. I mean, sometimes I don't like to read famous people because, yeah, everybody's reading them all the time. But if you think of, like, you know, your top 5 really world-class athletes, chances are they're late third chakra beings. Unless they then go and do a lot of other things and accomplish things outside of the world of athletics, then maybe they're older than that. Okay, so then early second chakra beings and early to mid second chakra beings. As a practitioner, for a long time I had trouble helping these people, early and early mid second chakra beings, because they're in that spiritual age where they want to handle their emotions, and they really need to, because you're at this level, you just can't avoid your emotions. Like it's a part of how you perceive the world, like it or not. But since you're early second, you're not really good at it. So it's like you kind of wish you didn't have to deal with your emotions, but they're always kind of haunting you, you know? So early second chakra beings tend to want emotional stability and positive emotions all the time without doing any of the self-maintenance work so that that's possible, you know? So as a practitioner, they're kind of hard to work with, because, you know, I'll lay out stuff that they could do, and there's just no way they're going to do any of it. So doesn't mean they're bad people, does not mean they're lazy at all. It's just that they're new to this level, and they remember being a late third chakra being where they had this great, you know, expertise. Like whenever you're a late in the stage, you do kind of feel like you got your shit together, excuse my French, but, you know, like it's just easier to do things. So like early second chakra beings, you know, in that emotional sort of upside down state that they're in, they remember, you know, being just in this physical taking action kind of realm and being very efficient with it. So they may try to kind of pretend like they're still back there, they're still, you know, they can still just focus on their actions, but it never works out. Like the emotions get in the way all the time. So when I try to help the early to mid second chakra beings, like now I'm better at it. I'm still not great at it, but I'm better at it. And I just tell them to work the second chakra, which is emotions, sexuality, sensuality, so the senses, and emotions. I try to tell them to check in and be present through physical action, because like I said, they do like the third chakra. The third chakra is like their buddy. So I say go for walks, exercise, but as you exercise, give your spirit the homework that you're going to release your blocked energy as you walk, or you're going to release your blocked energy as you stretch, because your spirit can multitask. So that's usually the way that I try to help them. I can't sit them down with a bunch of meditations. I can't say, oh yeah, do all my meditation videos, because they'll be like, later, because it triggers emotions and they don't want to feel any of that. They just want it to be fixed already. So anyway, but they can learn faster, if they don't check out and avoid all their emotions, if they just, stay sensorily connected, maybe just with taste and some action, but like go for a walk, but feel how it feels to be on the walk. How do you feel after a walk? Go for a run, but how do you feel after your run? So you kind of blend the two, the senses and the emotions and the action. Anyway, then after a while they become mid to late or late second chakra beings. Late second chakra beings like can make good therapists. And none of this is absolute, like there could be a mid third chakra being who's a great therapist for people at a certain spiritual age, and they'll recommend action, but late second chakra beings, so like right around here, they're not only good over time, and as soon as they get a little older maybe in their life and they sort things out, they can get pretty good at being empathetic and processing their own emotions and being present with that, and then helping other people to process their emotion. Then after a while, they become first chakra beings, and early to mid first chakra beings. First chakra is at the base of the spine. We do have videos on each one of these chakras, individual videos on this YouTube channel, Janet Wright Readings. But first chakra has to do with abundance, safety, and courage. So sometimes maybe like a fireman who's more of an individual, but he saves lives, that kind of a thing, because mastering fear and living with your courage, that's a very first chakra thing to do. It's also kind of a physical action, so you could have some like mid third chakra beings that are kind of okay as firemen, and late third chakra beings that are really good as firemen, like very athletic firemen. But again, the courage part is kind of a first chakra thing. But early first chakra beings, they might have a lot of anxiety, and it's harder for them to manage their fears. Grounding is like really essential for them. They gotta learn grounding. So I do have 2 grounding videos. If you have a lot of fear, you could do my grounding videos. You could do, I have a first chakra healing video. I have a recording on my website called Grounding in Depth, which is 23 minutes working your legs, your grounding, and your first chakra. But anyway, so as they get more along in that, then mid first chakra, maybe fear isn't so huge for them, but it is important for them to live with courage. This stuff is important for everybody, but it sort of has a special importance for first chakra beings. I know this is gonna sound like crazy arrogant, so whatever, it is what it is, but a full disclosure, my perception is that I am a late first chakra being. So right here, some people say like, oh, I don't want to come back, I don't want to have more lifetimes. But those people generally aren't very old souls, because if you think that you don't want to come back, usually you have a lot of pain and drama that you haven't really cleared. You don't have boundaries with the darkness that's on the planet. And so there's more for you to learn, because if you're old enough that you can, have a really challenging, potentially dark childhood, and then come out of it and just sort of be like a phoenix rising and get your inner strength and everything, and then help others and really enjoy it, then you're probably an older soul, because you know how to sort of not let that stuff get to you, So anyway, if you're really a late first chakra being, like even older than I am spiritually, like more lifetimes than me, you don't have to come back to this, you don't have to keep having lifetimes for your learning. You could do something else, but a lot of times you're so old and so evolved that you really want to come back. I want to come back too. I'm not like, oh, get me out of here. But like, for example, the Dalai Lama, he's had a lot of lifetimes and he keeps coming back to help the planet and help people evolve and learn. But he doesn't have to. It's just that he's such an old soul that he finds great joy in helping and teaching. and the darkness on the planet doesn't crush him. You know, so you know, if you think of like big world figures like Nelson Mandela, I would say Obama, Barack Obama. You know, they are very late first chakra beings. They don't have to come back, but when they do, they usually create massive planetary shifts for the positive, you know. But anyway, so that's my little blurb on. Oh, so the way this